my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
We are back, fresh off of, what the hell comp was that?
Movement Gowanus.
Movement Gowanus.
Sleeping Giant.
The Sleeping Giant. I mean, I know it's Movement Gowanus, I know, but I can't get all of the names right.
Yeah.
It keeps tripping me up. I never even saying movement like it's natural, man.
It's been long enough for me.
Okay.
You know, my email signatures and everything.
Okay.
But yeah, it's Tough Love for Callow Hill. It's Feats of Strength for Valhalla, obviously.
Right.
LIC is Gotham.
Gotham Citizens.
Harlem is Uptown Showdown. And then Gowanus is Sleeping Giant.
You got it.
Yeah.
And that's it. All of them wrapped
I'm
up.
on it.
He's on it. He's done this before.
I even, I competed in 4 out of 5. I 4-ran for Valhalla. Otherwise, completed the set.
Yeah. I had the same exact.
Yeah.
scenario.
You 4-ran for Harlem.
For Harlem.
But otherwise completed the set.
Yeah.
So.
Cool.
Sweet.
Yeah. Excellent. All right. So, thoughts. Starting with, of course, the qualifying and the citizens round. So, sessions 1 and 2.
Yeah. I was in session 1. I was in the open. I thought it was very well set. The variety of boulders was great. I felt like similar to Harlem, they represented like appropriate boulders for me and enough separation at the high end. All of the open boulders were on the lower level.
Yeah.
So the upstairs got to be for everybody else. The majority of the boulders for the citizens round was upstairs and open was downstairs, which was great.
Mm-hmm.
Men's and women's each had 8, and there were 2 shared.
2 shared, right.
Which was a slab, like techie walk across on tiny chips, that blue, and then there was the red jump across situation, both of which were scary.
Yeah, I feel like that slab one was like, you know, the separator for a lot of people who qualified. You know?
Yeah. That blue slab, that was tricky. The red slab was tricky. The orange to the right of that red was very hard.
Yeah.
I thought that things were well spaced out. My only point was there was the black that the men had, the blue and the red kind of all next to each other, which created a choke point in that corner to the right of the 60. I didn't get to try the blue because I was like, I'm gonna give everybody else their time. Like I just, I know fair. what I'm doing. Yeah. I know what I'm there for. Fun. But other than that, very well organized. There weren't long lines.
Yeah. No, I mean, I agree. There weren't long lines, and there might have been that one little choke point, but not the citizens' problem. It was which is kind of cool to have that because same exact scenario except on an even smaller scale. I feel like these guys are which is why I never do session 1. Because I don't want to have to deal with letting them or feeling like I'm messing up anyone's flow when it comes to qualifying for finals. Yeah. I'm always session 2 and kind of stay out of that mix as well. But that separation and having everything for open qualifiers downstairs and then citizens up with a couple, there was like 2 or 3 that were kind of mixed in. But otherwise, I thought it was really well thought out session 1 at least, I would say. As well.
Yeah. Agreed.
Otherwise, the citizen stuff was brick.
It was very brick, for sure.
Very hard.
By all feedback, everybody was struggling but having fun, I think.
Yes.
I would much rather high quality and difficult than low quality and soft.
Absolutely.
I would even rather difficult over soft in general.
Right. Yeah.
Like, Harlem saw a lot of tops in those top 5.
And like I spoke to Vinny, the head route setter, and I was like, "Ooh, it's really tough." And he was like, immediately says, "Yep, we made that decision. And it wasn't like it was an accident or anything. It was a conscious decision to make them hard, probably in reaction to Harlem, being a little bit on the softer side.
Which is good.
Yeah, which is good. We still had a great podium, a lot of familiar faces. I saw, and I don't know if you noticed, but the female advanced winner, that's Sienna's younger sister.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Sienna Perez. And I forgot what her sister's name is. Olivia.
Right,
she's showing up on the podium quite a few times.
Yeah.
Came out of nowhere. No interest in climbing, and now she's just crushing it. So
she's been a youth competitive climber for a long time, and she's a beast. But I think we're starting to see that our youth competitors in the area are realizing how much stronger they are than all the adults.
Yeah.
So I think they're all kind of shifting into, my team kid Goldie in Harlem finals getting second. Her younger sister Muriel just got, was it second or third? I think second for women's advanced.
Okay.
At this one, she did the other. She did 3 of the youth comps on the Friday night before. I just kept being like, come on.
Right.
So she's always on the podium, and Margot. We'll get to it, but Margot Chung in finals this time around, another awesome youth competitor.
Yeah.
So the shout out to Method for making the decision to separate all the USAC competitors into the morning session into their own thing and having their own podiums. I think we're going to see more and more of that, because the skill gap between USA climbing kids and the rest of the world is just growing and getting further apart. And if adults still want a podium, they need to be separated. And if gyms want adults to sign up, which is where the money is, you need volume. They need to create separation.
Yeah. I blame you, because you encouraged Goldie to get in. She made finals, and now all these other
kids. Shouldn't have worked so hard. I don't know.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I totally agree. And like once again, the sport is growing. The sport is changing. It's evolving, and we have to make sure that there's a conscious effort to evolve with it when it comes to what we're doing from a competition standpoint, local competition standpoint.
Yes.
Yeah.
USA climbing as well. Always has room to grow.
They have lots of room to grow.
I think it's the easy opinion to have beef with USA Climbing.
I don't have beef with them.
I do, but I also have a lot of respect for what they bring to the sport and the way that they support our World Cup athletes more than they ever have in the past. And for a nonprofit organization to be making consistent effort towards improvement is noteworthy, and it's worthy of at least a little bit of respect, even though they don't do it perfectly all the time, and it doesn't always happen quickly.
And it's tough. I mean, and it's especially since the sport really is young from a professional standpoint, Olympic standpoint. The money and the funds are not there as much as more well-known sports, and so we got to get climbing on the map. That's the goal.
We're gonna get there.
Yeah. Sure.
Some people help live stream the events, and then I'll tell the Matt Rodriguez story real quick. Matt Rodriguez, who spoiler alert, won open finals to the men's side. His mom came up to you and was like, "Thank you so much for live streaming. I never get to see him compete in finals."
Yeah.
Things like that matter for building the awareness of the sport and making it more professional over time.
Right.
So, should we get into finals?
Why not? Let's
Sweet. For the men, you had to have 8 tops to make it, which is it comes down to attempts, but the fact that they all had 8 and then the next person out had 7 is kind of perfect.
Yeah.
Isaac Leff obviously finished in 30 minutes, as is tradition. I was hanging out with him in the morning before they let us in the doors, and he was like buzzing. He couldn't sit still, wanted to see the boulders so bad. I love Isaac. He's the man. But I thought it was interesting that Austin, Adam, even they took almost the full time. Adam was done for sure, but Austin took some extra time. And then, the finals to the men was Matt Rodriguez, Isaac Leff, Adam Shahar, Austin Hoyt, Demetrios Grappas, which we love Dimitri, and then Turner Marks, TJ, who was in Feats finals. Who professed to be having a hard day and made it into finals. So, all great people. And then on the women's side, we had Arabella Janelle, right? Jojo Chi, Sabrina Levine, Suveen Park, Sienna Perez, and Margot Chong. For most people who are used to watching finals, those are all pretty familiar names. The one they might not know is Margot Chong, who was a USAC kid who crushed the qualifier, gave it her all in finals, had a great day, great kid.
No, and her mom was so excited.
Yeah.
That she was in there. I mean, I got to meet her mom. Like once again, her mom knows me. I would know who she was, but based on the live stream, she was apparently a subscriber, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's really good to see new faces and see what the future sport. Like Dimitri, who's been grinding. I mean, this kid's been grinding hard. I'm sure you've seen me kind of hype him up in some of our posts on Insta. Just keeping an eye on this kid. He's 15 years old.
Yeah.
15 years old, and the kid's been crushing it. He's a beast. He actually, just to kind of he opted not to compete in any of the, we'll say like Young Guns or youth comps, simply because he wanted to step his game up already, which is kind of crazy. So, yeah. All right, so.
Yeah, finals. If I'm remembering correctly, men's one was on the steep wall. Or was that? Yeah.
Yeah, so
men's
they're both
one on the steep.
From right to left.
Yep. Men's one on the steep had some hard moves on like those big egg dishes, which is interesting. We saw a lot of different betas. Only Matt Rodriguez and Austin Hoyt topped. Yep. Matt Rodriguez just being heinously strong as usual, and Austin finding some trickier beta as usual. Poor Adam Shahar with a couple of nasty dry fires just got spit out. That was brutal. On the women's side, and this was kind of the theme, is we had 6 flashes, which, we can talk about the difficulty of the round in a little bit, but those are not high percentage moves. It's still the fact that they are all incredible competitors, incredible athletes who were able to execute a lâché, jump down onto the volume, like navigate pressing up on top of it. Like the fact that there were 6 flashes is also a statement about how strong they all are.
That dyno was sketch. They all made that look. And in their own special way. Like, I mean, there's probably 3 to 4 different approaches to the landing. Yeah. And they all worked, and they all made it work. And it was quite a spectacle. Yeah. Monsters.
Women's 2 was on the steep, I believe.
Yep.
Men's 2 was
just kind of around the corner.
Yeah, slightly to the
that
side.
Was a slow
that was
slide.
On men's 2 there was like a jib that one of the first people used that none of us could see until somebody used it.
Right.
This was a tiny little screw on. Mm-hmm. That was great as well. Getting immediate back-to-back challenges in different styles. Mm-hmm. And then the women on the steep was really cool. I got to touch some of the holds after. It was a really good balance of juggier stuff to be able to pull through some of those more powerful sequences, and then flatter stuff to still force, like, hey, you still have to compress, you still have to pay attention to your positioning. Because I think what can happen a lot on those steeper boulders is either jugs or compression, and it's tough to create a balance of the two. So high quality boulders. Yeah. Men's 3 was heinously shouldery and toe hooks.
Yep.
And you could see some of the people who topped it would press into that finish, and then they were all holding their left shoulders.
Everyone was holding shoulders.
So that was pretty nasty. And women's 3 was...
Was that the red one, or was that women's 4?
I think that was women's 4.
All right, so women's 3 was that was the one to the far left. And it had the triangles with
the wooden volumes.
The wooden volumes that were custom made by the roster.
Really, really cool.
Yeah, really cool.
Not my favorite aesthetic that they've ever had in the finals round, but I thought that it was unique. It was creative. It looked good.
Yeah.
Had some tricky like knee bars and toe hooks. It was like a lot of variety on that one.
Yeah.
And then men's 4 was run across, press on dual Texas, again left shoulder, which is tricky for the competitors to like already be in pain from the last one and then have to press on the left shoulder again hard. Right. That's hard. And then for the women, it was a giant jump across on huge red dishes.
Right.
And my one note is I'm always thinking in terms of athlete safety because I care so much about I hate even giving kids hard moves close to the top of the wall in practice. And I was like, let's just stay low. Yeah. Let's prevent that injury. Right. So if I was giving feedback to the setters, is great quality. That jump across onto one leg, even though it's a big dish, I just like watch too many ankles wobble, and like even JoJo Chi jumping across had one where like she kind of like her foot stayed as she was falling, and like it got pretty high up, and like I just fear for safety. And then like the men's shoulders, just thinking about like balancing out the shoulder or making
right
sure.
shoulder, right?
Yeah, throw the right shoulder, mirror it a little bit. That's my one.
And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty sure the red one was women's 3 because the men's runner course on 4 went into that corner. So we couldn't have 3 and 4 going the same direction.
Oh, I gotcha.
So that was probably 3 and then the
good call.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll check the tape.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
But yeah. But those are all the climbs. And I thought good show. Definitely very sketch on the dyno. Makes for some really great footage.
100%.
Great footage.
Great for the gram.
For the send.
Yeah.
And maybe great footage for the no send, right?
Yeah.
As well, if someone gets injured. But luckily no one got injured.
Yeah.
Those girls are super strong. And yeah, I mean, it was a great way to close out the series, I feel. Big crowd.
Yeah.
It was
Mitch did a great job as MC.
Mitch did a great job as MC. Yeah, he was hyped from start to finish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No cape this time, though.
No cape, which... and then to finish out podiums, TJ Marks ended up in 6th, Demetrios in 5th, Austin Hoyt in 4th, Adam in 3rd, Isaac in 2nd, and Matt Rodriguez in 1st.
Yep.
He was the only man with 4 tops, and then it was 3-3-3-1-1. Check the scorecard. It's on Vertical Life.
Right.
On the women's side, we had Margot Chong in 6th, Sienna Perez, Suveen Park, Sabrina Levine, JoJo Chi, and then Arabella with the W. She's not one that I've seen in finals a ton, so it was cool to watch her crush. There were 4 tops from the top 3 and then 3 tops from the other 3. So the women's round was a bit soft. There were a lot of flashes. It came down to attempts. It went back to countbacks.
And there was a mix-up.
There was a mix-up. So that makes almost all of them.
Almost all of them.
I think Callow Hill got it right.
Yeah.
We had a mix-up. LIC had a mix-up. Harlem had a mix-up.
Yeah. So the podium looks different in the video than the actual end result. It's basically just take Arabella, who was in 3rd on the podium, and put her to 1st, and then JoJo was 2nd.
Sabrina was 3rd.
Sabrina was 3rd,
yes.
and JoJo was 2nd.
Yeah, we have it on my laptop, and it just timed out, so no way to know anymore.
Right.
Yeah, scoring is hard. I don't know.
It is, yeah.
It's tough. The one thing that Gowanus tried to redo the podium photos, because I think from the athlete's perspective, those are important for sponsorship things. Very important. So
I believe a lot of them are all Beta Labs.
Yeah, they're all Beta Labs.
I think they're all Beta Labs, yeah.
Yeah,
but
as they should be.
As they should
we love Beta Labs.
But yeah, no, you're right. Absolutely. When it comes to that podium, those photo opportunities. And so one of the things that we do every Monday after the comp, we post, quick shout out and try to promote the live stream. And I get so many comments. People are like, because I put the actual, gold, silver, bronze for 1st, 2nd, 3rd, the podium as it is, even though it doesn't match the video. And people are like, you messed up. I'm like, I didn't mess up.
Yeah.
I didn't mess up.
Yeah.
But and the athletes, they do understand. But yeah, it's a tricky situation.
Yeah. It happens.
It does. It happens. I mean, it's not just movement.
Yeah. It happened at other locations as well, like non-movement gyms.
Yeah.
Scoring is a very rushed thing. Like you're trying to get it done as quickly as possible so that you can get to podiums so that people don't leave and people can cheer. But overall, really exciting finals. Great way to end out the series.
And that was actually a BetaBreakerz for this particular comp season, our last live stream. There will be more coming through the way. We're really focusing on next season and bringing in some enhancements. Just kind of give it out there for you gyms that are interested in wondering if we're going to do this. We're looking to get timer on screen. That's a big request, as well as scores. So we'll see how that works out as we kind of go through. But those are the 2 things we're focusing on for next season. So yeah, for sure. And we already have a couple gyms that are lining up, not on the East Coast, which is kind of cool. So spreading our wings, expanding the channel. Really excited about that. So thank you all for your support on that. But going into the summer, I do know that here we have the
Move in Valhalla Summer On-Site Flash Comp. We've done a few of these now. They're super fun, laid back, but we've got good cash prizes. We've got good prizes for all the different podiums. 4 boulders per category, 1 attempt per boulder. We're grilling out on the lawn, volleyball, all our fun summer sports. Barbie and Ken theme. So if you're not dressed on theme, you can't compete. Wig at the minimum. You gotta have, or t-shirt. You gotta have something Barbie related.
Something pink.
Something pink. All right. But it's super fun. I'll probably be heckling on the mic. Hopefully not the whole time this time around, but we'll certainly be heckling. And cash purse for top 4 in open.
Okay.
So show up.
And it's a what's the term? No gender.
Yeah, non-gender comp. So it's just based on difficulty. Men, women, non-binary, all in the same difficulty category. So,
And that worked out really well. Like people were very nervous about how it was going to turn out, and it was the Halloween comp.
We've done it now. Every iteration of the Flash comp, we have had it non-gendered, and I've been happy to say that there has been equal representation of male and female and non-binary competitors across the podiums. In our Halloween one, we had at least one woman on every podium, and typically what it looks like is the women sweep the beginner and intermediate podiums and the men sweep the advanced and open. But we're looking forward to hopefully having that even spread again. But that only happens if people sign up. So come through.
Sign up.
It's first 40 people get a pair of custom sunglasses that we made for the event. They're really sick. So sign up today. Don't wait. And then
what?
Just come compete. It'll be super fun. Yeah.
Have a good blast. Yeah. And at the very least, come spectate, compete, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Show up.
Eat. Free food.
Yeah. Free food.
Yeah.
And a good food. Food for everyone, too. You know,
we always have vegan options. We always have meat options.
Yeah.
Watermelon. I'm a big watermelon guy.
And then just for the summer, what BetaBreakerz is looking to do, we have about 10 gym tours where it all started that are in the queue that I need to get posted up. I'm going to post those along with a couple of other things we're looking to get done. Got to get the Harlem walkthrough as well. Well, not the Harlem walkthrough, but the behind the scenes. So let's try to think of a name for that. So we'll come up with something.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do a poll for the name of when you get that released. Going through the footage, a lot of footage. Really excited about that. But otherwise, we're good to go.
I'll see everybody less frequently, but hopefully just as,
Absolutely.
We'll find other stuff to talk about.
Absolutely. Yeah, we also have to talk about...
Yeah, we got to talk about your training.
My training, yes. My training is going well. We'll get into that. That's a whole other thing as well. So we'll keep the content coming, keep you guys busy, and hopefully giving you what you guys are looking for. So with that said, thank you, Tyler.
Thank you.
Thank you all. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that like to help the algorithm. We'll see you guys next time.